everybody is to get everybody on is to put everybody on the same, sorry, hold on. All right, so what we do tonight is to put everybody off speed so that nobody will be left out. Yes, so that nobody will be left out, so that nobody would say, oh, I don't know what I'm doing here, or a trade idea is dropped and then I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, great. So I believe everybody can see my screen right now, yeah? How you all see my screen? Let's get the responses. Let's get the responses. Yes, 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 yes. Let's go. Okay. All right. So what it's two persons here, and it's funny how we are over 280 something in the group. We don't want to see nobody saying, I don't know how to take the trades in BA signal group anymore, because that's exactly what we're doing here tonight. All right. So I'm going to start from some of the trades we started with, we dropped from the very start of this group. Okay. So now, when you see something like this drops, this is a trade idea, right? So it simply means that your entry is right here. Can you see? Like everything you would need, yeah? Everything you would need. You want to keep tipping the drill, okay? So everything you would basically need to manage this trade is right on this chart. Okay, so first off, for me personally, when I'm giving out a trade idea, I like to tell you the reason why I'm seeing what I'm seeing, and that's when all of this comes to play. Okay, so now when you see this, sometimes the market must have pushed above entry. What it simply means is that, oh, listen, you have to wait for it to come back to entry before you take it. Okay, some people make the mistake of jumping right into the trade because the trade have left. Okay, the bad entry, I'm sure they regret it. But I had to wait for it to come back to entry before getting in. Okay, so now when you see something like this, usually it will carry an arrow directing that, oh, this is expected to come down and then push right back up. But if you don't see it, know that this is your entry and this is your take profit zones. Now, when a trade is in this area, you see this drawdown zone, leave it. It's safe. Don't try to manually close the trade, right? Because I mean, you must have calculated how much you'll be losing at this point, SL. This SL is your stop loss, this particular price. So now, sometimes you're not going to see this line, this red line here. Sometimes all you're going to see is this red price, all right? So whatever red tag is close to this red zone, that is your stop loss. Guys, can you see my screen? All right, Shu, let me try to switch my network. Let me try to switch my network so that we don't have some people seeing the screen and others. I'm using MTN. Let me switch to Airtel. Just give me a moment, guys. Can you guys hear me better? Let me get the responses before we start again, please. Guys, please, anybody who's trying to call me, please, you're interrupting my network. All right, please. All right, I hope everybody can hear me now, so that we can get this started. My network is not stable, but it's better now, and I changed to a better one. Yes, we can. Okay, great. Now let me share my screen so that we can get right back to it. Oh boy, must have impacted a lot. Okay, so where was I? All right. So yeah, okay. This is how the trade later played out. Like BA trades are crazily wonderful, right? All right. So when you see stuff like this, again, you're seeing the reason why this trade idea was given out, and then you're seeing your sell limits. Now, most of the times when you see double lines or more, most of the times when you see double lines here, it means first entry and second entry, right? First entry and second entry. So you take it, it's to the downside, right? So now let's get to more recent charts. Okay, this is it. So now sometimes people get confused. Oh, I'm seeing an arrow doing this, and I'm seeing an arrow doing this. Which am I going to take? One thing you need to understand about BA trades is that they are condition-based trades, right? They are condition-based trades. We are not magicians. We're not telling you, oh, the trade must go this way, right? Or it must get to here before it gets here. They are condition-based. Now, the way we love to look at the market, if the market meets certain conditions, then we can take the trades, right? If it doesn't, then we have another trade on that, because we know that whatever happens, the market has to move, okay? So now, for this trade idea, you see that there are different positions, right? So which do you take? There's even a buy, right? So which do you take? Now look, this arrow says, what this arrow depicts is a break and retest, okay? A break and retest, then a flush down. That's the first idea. The second idea is telling you that, okay, if it doesn't break this area, the next thing to do is to do what? So go hit this area and then tank. Now, if it doesn't reject around this area, what is the next idea? A buy, a break above, retest, and buy, a short buy. Do you see that? So all the information that you need right here for this particular entity USD, you have it written here. All you have to do is to pay attention to details. Now, if eventually this trade comes right back down here and retests, you have two entry points. This is your first entry point right here. This first line, right? Which the line, as we know, this is the price, 0.624777, right? Sometimes this numbers might confuse you. So the best thing for you to do is to get on your own trading view and try to have this markup on your own trading view, right? So now this is your first entry point. Now it says that if eventually the market pulls back, right, this should be your second entry point, and that's why we have EP2. That is entry point 2. So this is your second entry. So you don't want to have a particular risk and then you're risking everything on your first entry, right? You might want to break it into 2 or into 3. I like to do 3 or 4. Sometimes I even do 8. Okay, so what I do is between here and here, I stack trades. I stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's what I do. I stack, but I know that I have broken shared my risk exactly how I want it to be. Okay, now look at your stop loss. Now, from the first example, I told you that most of the times your SL won't be having that red horizontal line, and right here it doesn't. But how do we know what price the SL is? This is it right here. The closest red highlighted price that's is close to the red area, right? So this is 0.63099. That is your stop loss. And you choose your take profits. Sometimes what I do is once I hit TP1 and TP2, right? From this TP2 or even from TP1, I might decide to start trailing the trade. What I mean trailing the trade, if you're not using your MT5 on your computer, what you simply have to do is to keep moving your stop loss by a number of pips that you choose. You might choose to keep your stop loss 20 pips be above the market, or 10 pips above the market. As the market moves, you move your stop loss, and that's how I manage my trade. If it comes back and hits my SL, that is fine and good. I have secured some profits. Okay, so that is for the first scenario. Now, if this market eventually does not break this area and pushes right back up, I also have 2 entry points. The first one is 0.63365. This is the first entry. The second entry is what? 0.63471. That is the second entry. And my stop loss is what? 0.63744. So stop loss is usually the red price on this, right? So let's see what eventually happened. Is it the same trade? NZD USD. Let's see. NZD card. I don't know if I should be going forward or backward. Okay. This is it right here. This is it right here. And what did you do? What did you do? It broke. And this is looking on the 3 hours. I'm very sure that if you step down to the 1 hour or even to the 15 minutes, you'd notice a retracement back here, right? And that is why we have this drawn here, a retracement back here. And you see, we're already 39 pips in profit. Okay. Let me see if there's any future updates on that. Okay, that was it. That was it for it. Okay, so yeah, if you have any questions on this particular one we just did, you can do what? You can ask in the chat box. You can ask in the chat box so that we can move on to the next one. On to the next one. On to the next one. Okay, no questions. So let's find another one we can use as an example, okay? Got it. What if you didn't notice the signal in time? I don't think I can help you. All right, so I'll get to that. Okay, so let's look at another trade idea, and see how. Is there a way to wait for a retest? Yes, there's a way to wait for a retest. Yes, that's why you have to invest. Invest in trading view. Invest in trading view. Get your premium trading view for just 7,000 naira. Someone asks, when you move SL into profits and the trade reverses and moves back to entry, do you enter again? If you move SL into profits, the trade hits profits, it hits SL in profits, right? If it goes back, I'm going to examine if the trade is valid or not. Right? Okay, got you, Isaiah. So I'm going to like GBP, was it GBP JPY? Yeah, we took GBP JPY like 2 days ago. Yesterday it came right back to entry. What did we do? I smacked it. I took some more entries and it died, right? But that was based off the fact that I did the analysis, okay? So you can't always determine that. Let me look for another trade idea. And yeah, let's see. So for the idea that isn't a sell or buy limit, you'd have to monitor it, right? Usually when the trade is ready, like instantly ready, you'll see buy now or sell now, right? You'd always see it there. I think is always written out there. I'm looking for another trade idea, like there are dozens of them. I can't even sift through. Okay, so let's see. Let me just choose something. Let me just choose something. All right, someone says, if for instance, you set only EP2 and the trade took off for EP1 and might smash EP2 before retracing to EP2, is it still advisable to take it from EP2 when it comes back? I'll be risking low on that because I mean, the market has made its move. All right, but one thing about BA trades, it always moves it's always it always moves our direction, always, okay? So you can trust it. But if it has made the first move, the second move, I wouldn't be betting everything on it. I'll be actually risking low. So let's take another idea. I'm just gonna take something. Someone asked, okay, great. All right, so yes, this is a buy market. This is gold. This is gold, right? This is a buy market. And what is the interpretation? The interpretation of this is that the market is going to come here. It's going to push up. It's going to come right back down before shooting right back up, right? So you have two opportunities to buy this market. You can either buy at 1811.38 or you buy at 1805.11. Either ways, please, if we don't see a break and close instruction, do we just, someone just asked, please, if we don't see a break and close instruction, do we just set a sell or buy limit? Right, wonderful. Now, this is the part where it might get confusing, right? It might get really confusing. Knowing if to set a sell or buy limit. Personally, what I usually do is I don't do limits anymore because of how volatile the market is. Personally, it's a personal decision. What I do is, because I have a paid trading view, I do what? I set alarm close to these said entries. So when the market comes there, I have an alarm ringing on US 30, right? I go to US 30, I'm watching it. Once it gets to my price, I enter it. That's what I do personally, okay? So I don't set buy limits and sell limits. Now, what this helps me to do is, it helps me to see if there is rejection in that area. Now, because like I told you, these trades sometimes are two ways. It can either buy, reject off that area, or it can break, close above, retest, and continue shooting, right? So setting an alarm and watching it come helps me to know and see the reaction in that area. If I'm seeing so many wicks, right? I know that this is a strong area. Okay, we're going to have a pushback, right? If I'm seeing that, oh, the candles that are conforming here is going to protrude, it's going to break this area. They are long, strong candles, right? I'm not going to get in. I'm just going to wait and see if it closes above, then I'll take it for a buy, Remember, the trades are two ways. It's either it sells or it buys. So I love to see the reaction. All right. Now, for a trade that you're seeing that, oh, okay, they say it's a buy and a sell, and to come to, and as it comes there, it activates it, but eventually continues its way up, closes above, retests up, and continues shooting up. What do you do? All right. So that is why I clearly do not like using sell or buy limits anymore. All right. Now, order. Do you use buy stop for the activating a trade at the next TP? Entry is entry. Do not activate any trade at the next TP, please. Right. What about the ones that just move from the breakout and hit TPs? It's the retest still valid when it comes back. No markets actually, okay, I won't say no markets, but most of the times, if you step down to the 15 minutes, you would notice that these markets actually retrace. The 15 minutes reveals it all the time, most of the times, all right? So now you can either choose to do two things. There are two ways to enter the market, especially a market that involves break of structure. Now, you can either do the break, close, and style, or you can do the break and retest, the break, retest, and enter pattern. So it's up to you. Sometimes I do the break, close, and enter pattern. That means if the market breaks and closes above, I just enter. I don't care about the pullback. Even if it pulls back, I know it's going to go in my direction. Okay, to be a retest. This gives of the time, the retest always happens on the 15 minutes. All right, someone says, after my up, how do one know if it's to look for a question right now, bro? So, yes, so let's get back to gold. So you see this? It's going to come, you see reactions at these areas, we take if there's an update on that particular gold trade. All right, sorry, my internet went out again, so I'm just gonna go back to share my screen. Okay. Yeah, everybody sees it, right? After markup, sorry. Another, we have different ways that these markets can come, right? I'm not going to use Dodge because nobody trades that. I may use SPX 500. Beautiful. Let's use this SPX 500. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me, please? Someone says we're losing you again. Can you guys hear me, please? Can you guys hear me? On and off. All right, we can now. Okay, great. That's wonderful. All right, so yeah, here again, you don't. Okay, yes. All right, great. Wonderful. So now, one thing you need to understand is that most of these butterflies, bats that you see on the charts are for advanced traders, right? So you do not need to bother yourself with, oh, what is this? What is the B point? What is the A to C point? What is all of that? What is the Fibonacci writings out, figures out there? Do not bother yourself with that. Okay, that's for advanced people to know that, oh, okay, this is the reasons why we're doing this. Okay, so Exactly the same thing. You're still going to see some, like I told you, sometimes you see arrows, sometimes you won't see arrows. But what is going to be constant is this guy. You see this guy, this green and red guy. Sometimes I like to use blue and gray, right? So you see this green and red guy, it's constant. Can you consider trading currency pairs like ETH, USD as trading crypto? Yes, it is. Come on. Okay. So you see, this one has what's it called? Arrow. No arrow, right? No arrow. What did I just do? Okay, yeah, no arrow. So what are we waiting for? The market is coming up, right? Our first sell entry is where? Right here. Now, on this trade, I'm comfortably going to do what? Set a sell limit. You know why? Because I'm seeing that there's no idea for the buy. Do you see that now, guys? Do you see what determines if I do what, if I do set a sell limit or a buy limit, right? Chill, Mary J, I'm going to come to your question. Just chill. So can you see here? There's clearly no trade to the upside, right? So I'm going to comfortably set a sell limit in these two areas, one here, and my stop loss right here. I'm just going to let it. I'm just going to sleep. Okay, I'm just going to sleep. And what happens? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I can't find a follow-up on that. I can't find a follow-up on that. But I mean, we know how our trades always go. At very minimum, it should hit TP2, TP3, and we're good. Okay. So this I would comfortably set a stop loss, a sell limit. Okay. So sometimes you're going to see something like this. And I'm very sure that when this was dropped, there was something like sell now because it's in our area. Now we see clearly that, oh, this guy has passed our sell entry 1 and has gotten to our entry point 2. So he just hit it and he rejected. So which means that anywhere inside here is safe for me. Now waiting for market to come here, that would not be wise at all. For market to come down here before you sell. As long as it's within here, this here, and here, and it has already hit here. There are two things you can now or wait here to push right back up. Okay. Am I breaking it? Am I breaking again, or is it clear? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Is it better? Better. Okay, better. All right. All right. Sorry, the network usually does this when I'm live. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's it. Let me look for recent trades that we followed up on. Wait, let's see that. Yeah, this was the XRP we just talked about now. Was it? Isn't it? Let's look at it. Oh, this is the XPX. All right. Yes. A perfect one is the US 30 that we dropped today. Yes, let's look at US 30 from today. All right, take a look at US 30. Okay, take a look at US 30. This is a pair I'm scared of. Do we confirm rejection on 15 minutes or on the time frame that was posted? I like to confirm rejection on the 15 minutes and on the 1 hour. All right, so this is a pair I'm legit scared of, right? Because it has dementia, it pushes, right? But Dr. Damola has taught me not to be scared of this pair. All right, so now when this was posted, right, we obviously see that, oh guy, it has moved from the sell limit and this second sell limit. What do? Do we just jump into the trade? These are volatile pairs. You don't just jump in. You wait and wait until it comes to that sniper place. And believe me, when you get the sniper, bro, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. Now, what I did was I waited. I set an alarm. It came in here and I took the trade. Do you know what it did? It shot all the way up to this point. All the way up to this point. It didn't hit SL, but shot all the way and then tanked. Now I'm not even going to cap. I will show you live on the screens. I'm going to show you live on the screens what happened. Let's open US 30 and see what happened. Let's open US 30 and see exactly what happened. All right, great, wonderful. Wonderful. Let me hide all of these things I have right here. Let's hide joins. All right, great, wonderful. I mean, you can see my alarm. This alarm was telling me when it's very close to my SL, right? Because where's SL? Where's SL? Let me try to pull that up. Let me try to pull that up. SL. Sorry, I'm trying to get the US 30 trade. Okay, look at it. SL is 31,930. Entry is 31,646, right? Have the figures in your head. 31 what? I just forgot that. Bad memory. 31,930 and 31,646. All right. Let's open that up. 31,930 is right above here. Let me put a mark there. Somewhere here. All right. Right there. And 31 what? 346, right? That's our entry. 646. Right here. I even have a mark showing where I entered here. Right here is our entry. And this went all the way up and then did what? Tank. How many pips did we gather on that? I mean, I got off on the first TP and I gathered about 111. Cool, pretty cool. If you stayed all the way down, that's 682 pips on just one trade. 682 pips on just one trade, right? So that is just one trade that we took. Just one trade. Now let me open up again. Let us see if other trades did what they were meant to do. With a particular trade, let's see. Let's see GJ. All right, this is GJ, right? Beautiful. Okay, when was GJ posted? All right, this is GJ. This is GJ, right? And we also have the same butterfly things, right? GJ is one of the sweetest trades I've taken so far. It was crazy trading GJ. Let me try to get it back. I don't know what's up with this. All right, great, wonderful. So yeah, pay attention to the arrows. If there are no arrows, pay attention to sell limits, TPs, and SL. As simple as that. That's the whole theory. Pay attention to the arrows. If there are no arrows, what? Pay attention to the TPs, the SL, and the sell limits, and the limits, okay? So now we're expecting GJ to come right in here. We'll take the first area, and this is our second area. Did it? Yes, you did. Right here. GJ hits, and you see, now, sometimes we are spot on with our entries. Other times, we can't be totally spot on because we don't own the market, right? We don't own it. But one thing is certain, 98% of the time, the trade is going to go right. All you have to do is set it and forget it. Don't always be scared about your reds. I was in US 30 red. That's trade that we saw that time, right? I was in minus 230 with that push upwards. Minus 230. I mean, I can show you screenshots. I'm not even capping, right? Minus 230. And then what happened? It tanked. Okay? It tanked. Chill, just hold up. Let me display something for you. Let me show you the reason why you need to be patient with these trades. Even when they are in reds, they will always deliver. 100%. It took my money. How did it take your money? Did you set your stop loss where you're supposed to set it? If you don't set your stop loss where you're supposed, if you decide to take a trade idea, right, and then you are taking your own stop loss and take profits, that's on you, right? That's on you. The analysis tells you, who's calling me? All right. The analysis tells you exactly where, what? Please help me mute your phone. No, mute it. Don't take the call. The analysis tells you exactly where you do what? You place your stop loss and your take profits. Now, I'm trying to show you a screenshot of what happened to me today, okay? So I'm gonna resume share. Can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Can everybody see my screen? Great. This was this US 30 trade that we just got in, right? This was the US 30 trade that we got in. Oh, people should come and collect small mosquito. And what happened? It went right back in profits. Why? Because I set the right parameters. So basically, there's nothing difficult with BA trades, right? All you have to do is to follow instructions. All right, let's cut the long story short. Follow instructions on the chart and you're going to be totally fine. All right, so before we end this, I'm going to have to call, let's look at the chat box first, see the questions. Then we want to have 2 or 3 persons do what? Want to see 2 or 3 persons explain how they would take a particular trade idea, right? So let me look at the chat box if we have any questions. When you sell, okay, I think we've taken that question. Okay. Atevin, when they say sell now, okay, great. You didn't set the right SL, Mayor Incredibles. Focus on the res and not on the back. All right. Let's assume a trade idea was dropped on a 4-hour time frame. Are we to take the trade on the same time frame or another, the lower time frame? Now, what's important is the entry price. That is what is important. Entry price is all that you need to know because, I mean, you're not doing a fresh analysis. Why are you bothered about what time frame, right? All you need to do is, oh, okay, the conditions is for a break above and a retest. How do I see this retest? I need to go down to a lower time frame because when you're on the higher time frame, one candle can be weakening out, right? One candle can push up, right? Come down, create a wick, and then push back up. You don't know, you won't realize that that is actually a retest until you go down to the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes. Okay, so that's the idea of stepping down for you to see, oh, that this is an actual retest back to price. Okay, so let's have someone's asking, what about those trades that say we should wait till close of candle above or below EP? should the candle be same time frame? Yeah, it should be the same time frame because that's where the analysis was done. If it says wait for candle to close above, then wait for candle to close above, right? I'm trying to see if we can find any trade ideas that says that. All right, look at it. Break and close below zone confirms a sell. And what happened? It breaks, this particular candle breaks and closed below. If that is not low enough for you, this guy should be low enough for you. If that's not low enough for you, this guy closed low enough for you, went back, right? And you enter, and then it drops. So that is it. Let's have, okay, EP means entry point. That's why we see EP2, entry point 2. This is sell area, entry point 2, okay? So now, nobody tells you what TP you should stop at. I wish we could, but I mean, nobody tells you, guys, it's enough. Don't take this money. As much as you can, get it. The level that your grid lets you, right? So let's have 2 or 3 persons tell us how they are going to take a particular trade. Who would like to do that? Who would like to do that? Who would like to do that? Raise your hand on the chart. Norma, great. Low, let's unmute you. So I'm going to give you a chart for you to, okay, Norma first, and Kim second. All right, we have 2 persons. Okay, so let me give you a chart for you to interpret how you are going to take it. Let's look for something for you. Let's look for something for you. Okay, G-card.
Okay. Okay, so I think we're waiting for it to break below 1.5, the sell stop. That's, yeah, below 1.5, the entry of the one on red, 1.57, yes, and then retest before entering the trade.
Okay, well, I mean, what about
before entering for a sell?
What about the point where it touches here? Look, because I see the candle came down here. Could I not have entered at this point?
No, because it could, I think it needs to actually break, right? I think it actually needs to break that and then retest. If not, they could go the opposite direction. It can have like a rejection.
Beautiful.
There.
Beautiful, 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 right? That was a beautiful response, okay? So now, reversal, okay, yeah. I mean, it is expected that a candle closes below here, comes back to entry before we sell. That is the ideal thing. So what would be your stop loss?
A stop loss would be 1.58753.
All right. And if the market breaks here, comes back, we enter here, and it keeps shooting up, what do we do?
You move your stop loss.
Sorry, so
yeah,
what?
like throw your trade. You move your stop loss to entry.
No, I mean, market drops, right?
Okay.
It comes right back up for our entry. We enter here. But as we enter here, it doesn't keep dropping. It continues going up. What do we do?
You be patient.
Okay. What's another thing?
I think it. Okay, you can enter maybe at a higher, I don't know, selling me like a higher price point.
And whose decision is that to make? Do you choose a price to enter or what?
I think the price is here 1.58257.
Exactly. That's on point. All right. So if it breaks, if it meets your conditions, right? Right?
Yeah.
If it meets your conditions, let's say on this trade, guys, one thing that is important, that is one thing people do not always pay attention to. One thing that is important is for you to always know how much you're willing to risk on a trade. For this G card, if I'm willing to risk $50 and I say that, oh, okay, since I have 2 entry points, what am I going to do? If using a if using a lot size of 0.5, right, is going to get me is going to get me to lose $50 on one entry. Pay attention, guys. If using a lot size of 0.5 is going to get me to lose a total of $50, which is what I want to lose on one entry. But then I'm seeing that, oh, we have two sell limits that are very, very not close. Okay, what do? I split my risk. How do I split my risk? By dividing 0.5 into 2. What would that be? 0.25.
Okay.
All right, so it means on the first entry, I'm going to take 0.25. On the second entry, I'm going to take 0.25 and then let the trade run. Eventually, if the trade hits SL, what am I losing? Am I losing $100?
No.
No, I'm losing 50, which is what I intended. But if I'm making profits, I would make more profits because the distance between here and here before the trade actually starts smashing TPs is money. Do we get that?
Yeah.
Simple,
Makes
beautiful,
sense.
right? So you see Susan, you don't understand what I just said? Oh, okay, great, wonderful. So yeah, so usually I'm not on my screen waiting, oh, G card, let's wait for you to come. I just set an alarm right here, right? Whenever the market comes here, rings, I start watching it. Closes below, take the retracement, and we're good. All right, so thank you very much. Who was this? That was Noma. Thank you very much, Noma.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're an amazing student. So, Nkem is next. Nkem, I'm going to unmute you and then find you a pair to tell us what's up. Yes, let's have you explain this one. All right, I'll show you guys how to set alarms once you pay for your trading views. If you do not pay for your trading view, you can set alarm for one pair. You have that, you can set alarm for just one pair, okay? All right, okay, so what's up, Kim?
Yeah, good evening, Amani. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, so this is BTC trade on 2-hour time frame analysis. So it has the buy side and it also has the sell side. And if the market is going up right now, the price is going up right now. So if it closes above 21706.40, yes, right? 216, I'm trying to get the line well. Okay, 21706.40 as in a close and a break and close above, then you can enter for the buy to the upside. And if it retraces back to entry price 2, the EP2, which is 21427.31, you can enter, you can re-enter. So you can either choose to enter from the first buy area when it closes and buy when it closes above when it breaks and close above, or you can wait for EP2, or you can divide your lot size just the way Amani explained now to enter 2 entries, like to the buy side. Then your targets are, you can choose TP1 or TP2, which are 21897. Then we also have the sell side once it gets to that sell limit. So you have 2 zones. You can enter from the first zone and you can enter from the second zone too. You can either share the lot size into 2 and you have your stop loss at 23584.47. That's for the sell. So by then you would have bought to that target 2 or target 1, whichever one you choose, then and wait for the sell limit, or you can just set your sell limit, divide your lot size according to whatever it is you want, and then wait for the then set your stop loss, and that's it. Then there is another scenario. You can also not push to the buy area. You can also decide to go down and break the trend line. So if it breaks and closes below that trend line, you now wait for the retest at 21104.27, and you can now take it for a sell. You can now choose any of the TPs you want, and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. You actually saw 3 scenarios, but I am seeing only 2 scenarios, but that's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right. So, but for these, we have just 2 scenarios listed out here. Right here, whatever we're looking at here, we're not looking for sales here, right? So even if the market rejects here and start dropping, no, do whatever you're going to do. We're waiting for you at the top here, right? So 2 conditions that are supposed to be met is break above, we buy, reaches here, we sell. Simple. ABC. Okay? Like that. Thank you very much. That was awesome. It shows you understand perfectly what we're doing. Do you need to set SL when you buy? Yes, you do. You do. All right. So yes, for me, if I'm taking the buy, the first target right here is going to be my SL, right? That's going to be my SL. All right. So great. Isaiah says your recognition, so it is. All right. So yeah, let's get one more last explanation. Who else wants to do this? Who else wants to do this? The last one on this session. Who else wants to do this? I mean, after today, if we're doing another challenge, I mean, everybody should be cashing out, should be making money. Brown snow. Brown snow. Nice. All right. Okay, so we have a lot of persons now. We have Miracle Peter Brown. But I first saw brown snow, so we give it to you, bro.
Thank you.
All right, great. So I'm gonna get you. Yeah, trading stuff. We're going to explain that. I'm gonna get you something for you to. All right. UK 100. No. Let me get you. Exactly. Let's do this one.
Okay, this is an uptrend, but we're expecting the price to come down to around 30044. So it says by the arrow that it has to break that line. Then when it breaks the line, that is our sell area. That is the sell area. So then has a stop loss of 299. Okay, maybe I'm getting this wrong. All right, it's coming down to the first buy limit area, 00161 and 00239.9. So it has 2 entry points, the first one and the second one. Then you have the stop loss. And it also says that when it crosses 0.0044, then we can take a sell
Okay.
using
So
arrow. Yeah.
primarily, what are we looking for on this? Primarily, like,
Okay.
yeah,
Primarily, we are looking for a buy opportunity
beautiful.
around the first buy limit and second buy limit. So it means we can place buy limit there and place our stop loss.
Exactly. So now, wonderful. Now, in a case where this market comes down, guys, pay attention. In a case where this market comes down here, and we've already entered the buys, and it comes below here, do we just start selling immediately?
No, wait
When
for
we're
retest.
selling the buys, and it comes down here, and we're seeing, okay, you'd wait for a retest while in the buy, you want to take a sell.
Do
you understand it?
From here, it has already crossed it's already in the sell area. So if the price is already in the sell area, I think from the arrow there, we'll place the sell on after the retest on 0.0044.
Okay, while your buy is running.
No, you close the buy.
Remember, we said you're not closing any trades until it hits the SL.
Oh.
So what do? It's a dilemma.
Okay, wait till it gets to 29943.
Yes. The trade closes itself in loss. Beautiful. We wait for a retracement. Yeah, we know that, okay, we tried the buy. The buy didn't go through. All right, we're patient. We'll wait for a retracement to our sell area. The distance between the sell and the buy area is not so far. This is US 30, more crazy. Yeah. Right? Yeah, so we don't want to be buying and selling trades just because we see that, oh, wow, it has come down, we enter buy, because the sell area, we're entering sell again. It won't be making sense, okay? Exactly. It won't be making sense. Yeah. Thank you very much. Let's see if this trade played out like you said it would. That is it. This is it, right?
Okay. Wow.
Can you see what it did?
Amazing.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Right? Amazing stuff. So we have, thank you very much, Brown, for that. I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat box. Let me read them out. We wait for break and close to buy. So where is the TP for the sell area? Try talk. Most of the time, the SL is always above 50 pips drawdown. For someone with a small account, can I adjust the SL to what I'm comfortable risking, or I have to go with what is on the trade idea? Now, one thing you need to understand is that can have an SL of 50 pips, right? But make sure you always use Nash markets to calculate what the right lot size for you to use is. Except with your 0.01, right? With the least lot size, which is 0.01, that you can't still bear that loss, right? Then don't take the trade. But if you have space for lot size, make sure you use Nash markets to calculate. In fact, Nash market will tell you with your account size, you can't take this trade, right? Then you're free to bounce, okay? So make sure you use Nash markets to calculate what lot size is good for you to, is there no TP for sell area of the structure? Let's go back. That was DJ30, right? Okay, now, basically, I can see these Fibonacci lines. I'm going to take this as a take profit, right? But then, one thing is certain. If this trade had gone the opposite way, right, for the sell area, right, we would update you. going to tell you, oh, this is the new take profits for this. Since this trading go the other way, this is the new take profit. This is the new SL. This is the new everything. All right. So well, like that, we'll always keep you updated, right? Always keep you updated. How do I use Nash markets? Nash market will restrict you. Follow what it says. To be honest, it works. Mad. Someone is giving a crazy ass review right now, and that is mad. Okay. So yes, for those, Coach Isaiah, is it necessary for us to show how Nash markets can be implemented on our trades? Is it necessary?
Yeah, you can actually show it. Sure, you can.
Oh, okay, great, wonderful. Oh shit. All right, great. All right. Let's get to the trade idea. Trying to get a trade idea. This is actually USD. Let's say this trade idea. What's this? 80 USD. Someone should get this trade on their phone so that you call out the parameters for me. You can take a screenshot quickly. So that when I'm on Nash markets, you can call out the parameters when I need it. Okay, and I need you to give me at least TP, this TP right here. Because I mean, looking at structure, this would be the best place I believe in this market. 0.68819. Get me this TP. This will be the TP I will be asking for. All right. Get me a screenshot, ask for TP, give me this figure. Done? Done? All right, great. Thanks very much. So let's get on Nash markets. If you didn't get that, we're lost right now. So our lives depend on you who have that screenshot. Yeah. Nash. Shit. What's up, bro? Guys, hold on. My keyboard failed down and it's acting up right now. Okay, I think it's cool. Up the Nash markets. Okay. Great. Position size calculator. Now, what this primarily does is that it tells you what, because the way I love to look at the market, I don't always like to see, oh, how much am I going to make if this trade goes right? People tend to forget, how much do I actually lose if this trade goes wrong? That should be your focus, right? That should be your focus. So let's do this. Let's assume we have let's do basic $1,000 account, and leverage is 1:200. I mean, you set it up. And yeah, you can actually set your risk in percent or in risk amount. Okay, so for a $1,000 account, if I'm saying, oh, okay, I want to risk $50 per trade, so that is 5% of my account. Okay, that is 5% of my account. And what was that? We're trading Forex. If it was US 30, we'll be trading indexes, right? But it's Forex, that pair is Forex. So that was 80 USD, am I correct? Am I correct? I'm actually supposed to unmute somebody that will be giving me those figures. Let's have someone to be giving me those figures. Who's got the figures? Who's got the figures? Brown, do you got the figures? All right, so now I'm going to unmute you again. Unmute, please. You got the figures?
Yes, I do.
All right, great, wonderful. What's the entry price?
0.69753.
All right, great. Are we supposed to sell it or buy it?
Sell it.
All right, so we short. If we're buying, we long. What's the stop loss price?
Okay, you said 0.68819. That's where you said you should put stop loss.
Is that the stop
I
loss on
think.
the charts?
Okay, stop loss on the chart is 0.70019.
70 what?
0.70019.
Correct. Like this?
Let me see my screen. 0.7. Sorry, I can't see any.
All right,
Okay, yes, yes.
0.70019. All right, let's take profits. To take
Yeah.
profit that I lose, what's it?
Okay, the one you okay, that's 0.68819.
So do you see how I look at this trade? I chose the take profit that I want, the one that looks good to me. I don't want to take everything because eventually it's going to reverse. Okay. Plus, I'm not about to swing for 2 weeks. All right, so great. Can you see? It's telling me, oh, your SL is 26 pips and your take profit is what? 93 pips. That makes sense for me. For me, it makes sense. Let me floating panel. Okay, for me, it makes sense because I mean, good. So I calculate the position size. And what does it tell me? Look at what it tells me to use on a $1,000 account. But some hoodlums want to enter this and you're seeing 0.2 and they are putting 5 positions. Why? Uncle, why? Why are you doing that? Right?
Yeah.
So this tells you, oh, 0.18. That's what you're going to use. And if you're doing that, it says that your SL, you're going to lose $50 if it hits SL, which is exactly what you want to lose. And if it hits take profit, you're making $175. That is good risk to me. That is one ratio 3 point something, 3.2. Right? For me, that is good enough. Okay, so now what of somebody who's saying, oh, okay, how do I get to take multiple positions? Easy peasy. This is 0.18, right? Yeah, you do 0.18 divided by 2. That's how you get 2 entries. You see? First entry, 0.09, second entry, 0.09. If you're looking at 3 entries, 0.18 divided by what? Divided by 3. First entry, 0.06, second entry, 0.06, third entry, 0.06. At the end of the day, if you are losing, you're losing exactly what? $50. But if you're stacking these different 0.06 in different areas, your profits might be higher than this. Do we get it? Do we understand? Let me check the chat box. Show one on $100 account. All right, great. I'll do that on $100 account now. All right, yes. Someone says, and your lows go through. Please can't we enter with 0.18? Yeah, you can enter 0.18 at once, but look at the analysis. The analysis is giving you an area. The analysis is telling you that, oh, there's a possibility that this trade will come up to this area. Wouldn't you like to take a better entry? Wouldn't you like that? Some extra cash? So let's do that on $100 account. Okay. Leverage is this, right? And I mean, who would be using 200? But I mean, we'll have some clowns. So let's do that. Let's do that. Risk amount. I don't know what risk amount is, but I'm going to say for $100 account, personally, I'll be risking 10% because I mean, I didn't come here to sleep, right? Because if I'm risking 1%, That means I'm risking $1 to make $3. I'm risking $1 to make $2.5. I'm not here to sleep, so I'm going to do 10%. I'm not teaching you what to do, but I mean, this is me, right? This is me. All right. Our godfather says we should risk 3%. All right, so it says 3%. All right, let's risk 3%. Let's risk 3%, and let's calculate that. I'm not sure if this guy would want to work with the same parameters. It wants me to rewrite the whole thing again. Let's see. All right, it did work. Can you see? Can you see? It says you should use what? 0.01. That's your position size, boss. No go do pass yourself. Okay? So if your trade goes all right, you'll be risking $3 to make what? $10.58. For me, that is good. I mean, for $100 account, that is pretty good. I mean, in 5 days, you've made half of your account. If you keep at it, that's $50. Okay, not bad at all. Not bad at all. So yeah, thank you very much, Ifoma, for.
Coach Amani, can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure. Carry on.
Okay, so for this 0.01, right? There's no how we can actually divide it. So just take one position.
Yes, my dear. Except you're doing 0.001, which is impossible.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. So someone is asking for ratio 1:500. I mean, you wouldn't be doing that. But look at it again. 0.05, 0.01. Okay. So about the prop firm stuff. Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about that because of December. Coach Isaiah, are we permitted?
If we're done talking about the main training, then I think I can stop the recording, then you can talk about it.
All right, carry on, boss. You can stop the recording. So. Do we have any more questions about this this whole taking the trades, calculating the trades, trailing stop? Yeah, someone asked about trailing stop. Trailing stop, right? The actual trailing stop, the automated trailing stop actually works on MT4 on your PC. Now, what does trailing stop mean? Trailing stop means, oh, I've entered a trade. Where's that Momo AED USD? I refused to get to entry today. I waited for this trade tired today, which is not okay. All right, so trailing stop. Okay, and alarms, how to set alarms. I mean, you can see my alarm right here on AED USD. You see how I told you? So I'm telling you exactly what I'm practicing. I'm not telling you what I'm not doing. I see, look, I'm waiting for entry here and here. But look at where my alarm here. Look at this dotted line. That's my alarm. Look at it. It says, can you say it? It says alert, AED USD crossing, all right? So yeah, trailing stop. If I enter a trade here, let me get my marker. If I enter a trade right here, and the trade has run all the way down to this point, manual trading stop is, look at where your stop loss is. You move your stop loss from here towards to entry, right here. From there, if it hits TP1, I move my stop loss to where? Half. Do you chart crypto, gold, etc. the same way? Yeah, basically the same thing, right? Now, if it breaks TP1 and goes down to TP2, I move my stop loss to what? To TP1. It breaks, goes down to, I move my stop loss to where? This second to the last TP. That is how you manually trail stop. But automatic trail stop on your MT5 on your PC, you have to leave the PC on. Okay, why don't you guys just move your stop loss to entry price? And that's what we're doing. We're moving our stop loss to entry, but because it has hit a particular TP, we're not just going to leave it at entry in case market comes back. Okay, we don't want to leave with break even, so we bring it down here. Now, if it comes down here, right, we'll move it down here. If by any means the market tries to shoot back up, what do? We have already taken profits here. But if you leave your take profit at your SL at entry, markets will come and meet you back here, and all the time you spent in this trade will be a total waste. Do you grab that? Now, on your MT4 on your PC, right? When you set trading stop, it asks you by how many points. If you set it by 50 points, I don't know how the calculation is. I'm going to have to research more. Is Dr. Damola that knows that calculation. There's by 50 points, by 50,000 points. Now, what it does is, if the market is, let me clear all drawing. Oh shit. All right. So if the market is right here, let's use this as an example. If the market is right here, right? You set your trailing stop by 20 pips. So as the market is moving, the trailing stop is moving, right? And it's setting a gap of 20 pips from where the market is. So if the market gets up the way to this place, the trailing stop automatically will be moving with the market 20 pips, right? 20 pips. If the market tries to go back up here, the trailing stop will not adjust. It will take you out of profit. I mean, it will close the trade. Okay, but as the market keeps moving, the trailing stop will automatically keep moving by 20 pips gap. Do we understand that? So there's basically no way you can automate your trailing stop on your phone. No, not yet. All right, Dr. Damola says 1,000 points is 100 pips. So I mean, 500 points is 50 pips. 200 points is 20 pips. You get that? It's not available on mobile. Yeah, it's on your PC. So yeah, setting alarm, I think that's all for trailing stop. Setting alarm is, even if I not get Ambrose. So setting alarm is super easy, right? Super easy. You can just right click, let's say you have an area, right? Have an area, and just right click and do what? And say add alerts. Can you see? And create. Can you see that it has created an alert here? Can you see it? Right? It's either you do that or you also come right here. When you're moving here, right? When you're moving here, you can see this plus sign. Click on the plus. It will say add alert for AUD/USD. An alert has been added. So those are the two simple ways you can add your alerts. So I mean, Coach Easy, you can end the recording because I think we're done with this part.